Good morning and welcome to Viewpoint, your program of personalities, politicians, and perspectives. Drop your mops, grandmother, and sit down and have a cup of coffee. We're starting a few minutes early. You want to pay attention to every word, hang on to every little syllable we expound here. We have some great guests this morning. We're not going to fool around. Oh, I do want to tell you that the night before the election, all the postal carriers in the state of Illinois dropped to their knees in unison, thanking God they don't have any more of those publications to deliver anymore. Oh, my goodness. You know, they dropped to a new low this year. They really did. In any event, Mr. Kirby, why don't you Mr. Loyd Kirby is taking the place of the redoubtable and indomitable Judy Busby.
Well, I could never take her place. No one could take her place. I'm just sort of filling in for a little while.
Well, we're happy to have you give us the courtesy of your talent. So go right ahead, Mr. Kirby.
Okay. So we have a trio of guests today from the Lincoln Park District. Becky Strait is the executive director of the Lincoln Park District. Along with her, Jennifer Prather, who is the fitness manager. And Allison Baker is the program director? Coordinator. Shoot, I almost got them all. So welcome to the studio, ladies.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you. You know, it occurred to me as I was sitting here thinking back of the Lincoln Park District, and Jim, I may be in error on this, or maybe somebody out there is surely old enough to correct me. I think the genesis of the Lincoln Park District started on the corner of Washington Park down there, what would now be known as Scully Park, on the corner of McLean Street and Broadway. They removed a two-story old barracks, and I think that barracks came from Camp Ellis. I'm not certain about that. And that was the genesis. And we had a fellow named Hap Jacobson. He was a high school teacher, as I remember. Don't test me on that. But I think that's where the Lincoln Park District kind of got its start. Becky, you may have a little more knowledge on that from the facts.
Was that the building that was in the Gazzardo's parking lot now?
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's right where the Edward D. Jones office is. It's right on the corner. It's right on the corner.
Yes,
and,
we have a picture up in our office of that very old building that says The Rec. Mm-hmm. And from what I'm told, it was a pretty hopping place where they had pool tables and places for kids to come and play games and different activities. So it was a humble start to where we've gotten today, but I think it was a great genesis there.
Well, we've come quantum leaps since that humble start.
I would say so.
But there's a lot of history there. Probably a few fistfights got started there.
And I heard of a watermelon giveaway they used to do there, where they would have the whole town would come out and they would have watermelons that they would cut up and everybody could come and enjoy that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely. It's kind of jumping together back in what little gray matter I have unoccupied. But yeah, they did a lot of things there. And that was a two-story building. It was a Army barracks, and I believe it was moved over from Camp Ellis, which, by the way, is at the close of World War II, was a prisoner of war place where we brought German prisoners, and they stayed up there at Camp Ellis.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot
I did not know all of that history about the building, so
well, you sit
intriguing.
next to me long enough and you'll get bored to tears.
I don't know, I'm sitting here and I'm not crying yet,
No,
so I think you're doing pretty good.
I
So
love to know that
Well,
sort of history.
let's kick this off. We're coming up here with July the 4th.
Yes.
That's, of course, traditional time when people stir around and start doing different things. And the Park District has been hard at work.
We have, yes. You guys caught us at a busy week because we are gearing up for our Independence Day celebration this weekend. So, since the 4th of July was on a Monday and we wanted people to be able to relax a little bit on the 4th, we decided to do the fireworks and our family get together on the 3rd. So that will happen on Sunday the 3rd. Starting at 6 p.m. we'll have a family-friendly event leading up to the fireworks, which will be about 9:30 p.m.
But then you also have activities on the 4th as well with the
Then we
children's
do,
parade.
yes. We have on the 4th, we'll be doing our children's parade from Scully Park. So that'll start at 10 a.m. for registration. And then we will be doing some activities in the pool and some games and free popsicles that day as well. So that day is a little more low-key, but still lots of fun.
But that actually, the children's parade though actually starts at Scully Park, so people who
starts
want
at
to
Scully
participate
Park.
will show up there rather
Correct.
than at the...
And we have registration available for pre-registration if people want to go on our website now. And it's a free event, so it's just a fun thing that we have for kids where they can come and dress up, decorate their scooter or their bike or wagon or stroller, and then we'll judge based on the different categories. And at the Park District, once we walk from Scully Park back to the Park District, we'll give prizes away to the winners in each age category.
You know, Mr. Kirby, it occurs to me as the old timer sits here, it might be appropriate to doff our hats in the direction of Mrs. T.A. Scully, a lovely lady, all the money in the world, and you'd never know she had dime one. She's on her hands and knees around the park digging and planting flowers, and responsible for us being able to have that nice park that the city has, county has dedicated to the Scully family. And of course, she gave the money for Scully Park here just north along on the Salt Creek bank there, which was just really and you to this very day, hot as it's been, you'll see people out driving around early evening looking for deer and so forth. And Mrs. Scully left us that ground, and further, she left the farmland to support that ground.
Yes.
She was a lovely lady.
She definitely had a vision and cared about the quality of life, I think, for the residents of Lincoln, and we continue to benefit from that today. I'm happy that we're able to partner with the county to be able to use Scully Park as our launch point for the parade. They've been great to work with, and they've been doing a lot to improve the parks downtown and have some future plans too that we're going to be working with the county on. So I don't want to say too much about that yet, but we do have some things in the works maybe for later this year that'll be some exciting news. So I'll keep you on a cliffhanger there.
Mr. Kirby, I'd like to tip my hat in the direction of Miss Strait. She's allowed me to move her around about 3 times to try to get her booked on up here due to Mrs. Busby's and I trying to get her acts together as far as guests are concerned. And Miss Strait has been very, very kind and accommodating to let us. And as it turned out, it was providential because here we are just before the 4th of July.
Yes.
And so it gives us a little bit of chance to talk about all your activities that you have included.
Yes. So July 3rd, to get back to a little bit of a plug here on what we'll be doing, July 3rd, we are going to have free popsicles and games at the pool. So Jennifer's working hard to get everything in order for that. And then starting at 6 p.m., we will have inflatables, we'll have bounce houses, we'll have games on the lawn, we'll have a band, and then we will also have food trucks for people to come out and enjoy themselves, get their favorite spot where they want to sit for the fireworks, and be ready to go when the fireworks start there at dusk. So it's going to be an exciting night for us. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, sounds like you've got a lot going on, and you mentioned the use of Scully Park and working with the county on a lot of different things. There are, even though you're the Lincoln Park District and your offices are housed out there on the edge of town, you actually have a lot more going on at other sites in town as far as the other parks that are sort of under your umbrella as well.
Yes, we do maintain the city parks, and so the city has 5 different parks. We help them maintain 4 of those, and it's been my goal to really work on our partnerships that we have within the community, and I think that we have definitely made a lot of headway on working together better with the city and with the county and making sure that we're all communicating. I think that was one of the pieces that was lacking before, is you have different stakeholders, different owners of parks, and different interests involved, and so it's nice to kind of all come to the table together and see what we can all do to help provide the recreational opportunities we think the community deserves.
And speaking of that communication, you mentioned some of the different stakeholders and partnerships. Obviously, the community is a part of that. I noticed on your website you've got a link for community input for folks to go online.
Yes,
and
we have a community survey ongoing right now, and we've presented that. We've been doing Third Fridays, helping out. We're on the committee for the Third Fridays downtown. So we love to partner with the city on that and be able to bring that free event for people. It's been such a big hit this summer. I mean, we've had so many people come down to Third Fridays, and we've had a community survey link there and it's on our website and Facebook page as well, so people can go on and find it there. And we just want input from the community on what they would like to see, how we can make improvements and continue boosting the opportunities that we have available, and helps us to plan for what we should be looking at, what people are interested in as we move forward with our strategic plan as well.
We have a lot of other partnerships that we've done too, like with Creekside and the hospital, because I do a health and wellness series once a month, and that is with a lot of different departments from the hospital as well. So we've got a lot of different connections throughout the community that we work with and partner with.
Jennifer, you're sitting back there quietly contemplating all this.
That's
that's Jennifer. No, this is Allison.
Allison, yes.
I'm sorry. Well,
okay.
The old fella gets confused once again.
It's all good.
Get a couple of good-looking ladies in there, and he doesn't know which way to go. So, Allison, what are your duties back there, honey?
I do like the programs and activities. Right now I just got done with Little League baseball, planning all that. I started doing all that back in March. So that's kind of coming to a close, a big part of the summer for me. They have their end of the season tournaments, and then they're going to have an end of season pool party next weekend. And so that's kind of a big chunk of what I got going. But then there's a camp or clinic every week in July for the kids to sign up for and just have fun to finish out the rest of the summer. We got tennis clinic, which is going to be partnered with the high school tennis coach. And we have putting on a play, which is a pretty big one. It's like all week, all day, and they put on a big production at the end.
Which is always very fun, by the way.
yeah.
The parents get to come and watch the
A lot of kids do that one.
And the way it's set up, the kids help write the whole theme for the play, and they help make all the props themselves. So it's a pretty fun week for them.
Would it be a true statement that our pool might be the gemstone of our Park District offerings out there? You offer so much out there, but is the pool kind of a major attraction?
I would say so. I mean, even in our community surveys, the responses that we get, even people who don't really use the Park District for other things, come to our pool. They love coming out and enjoying our pool, and I have to say it's one of the best pools around. I may be a little biased, but we have
You're
our
entitled to that. We'll give you that.
we have our toddler pool that has the splash features for little ones, and that's great for kids up to about age 8. And then we've got our big slide, which is always a big attraction for the kids, and then our lap pool that is spacious enough. We've had a lot of use of the pool this year with how
been really
many
busy.
hot days we've had, so it's been great to see everybody out and having a good time.
Loyd, we could volunteer to be lifeguards.
Well, I would, but I don't know how to swim, so that might be kind of a hindrance
Well, that's
for
a
me.
We do have swim lessons too, Lloyd. So
Well, I
if
did
you're
actually take swim
interested.
lessons at the Park District, probably before you were born, but I did take them. I was a master of the jellyfish float. I remember that. But we did actually, we've got my 5-year-old and 3-year-old grandkids are here with us for a few days, and we've been out there 2 days and over the past few days, and they love the different items in the toddler pool with the slide and the splashing and the squirting.
Yes.
But they also venture into the lap pool and like to make their way there. But the one thing you didn't mention of your sort of the good parts of your pool is the lifeguard staff. They're always
Yes.
attentive, they're always around, keeping people safe, but also, at least the times we were there, they were also interacting with the kids. Like our 5-year-old grandson is very inquisitive, so one particular guard had a blue suit on as opposed to a red suit with the others. So how come yours is blue? Well, what do you do? And they were all very patient and accommodating, and
Yes.
so they were always, like I said, that's obviously a great asset to the
Yeah, and Jen
facility.
has been great working with them. She's our fitness manager, but she's also our aquatics manager, so she has a lot of responsibility and does a great job with, coordinating the lifeguards and doing, we make sure that we're continuing to do training with them. There is a burnout that can happen with lifeguards, and we want to make sure that we're constantly coming back around to different aspects of training, making sure that we prioritize safety for our patrons at the pool, and also show, that interaction that we want for our lifeguards. 'Cause
Yeah,
we want them to have
I can
a
show
good
you
time.
videos on my phone of them splashing at each other, and the 3-year-old went down the slide and thought she scraped her knee, even though it wasn't visible. But of course, the lifeguard came over, asked her about it. Did she want a Band-Aid? So she got to go in and get a Band-Aid.
That is sweet.
So it was, it was-
Yeah.
Well, in the old days, just before Noah, right after Noah built the ark, we used to have what was called Learn to Swim Week, and this is the Lincoln Lakes. When
Okay.
Lincoln Lakes was in its heyday.
I think you told me about this. Did you help with that? And you were a
Yes.
lifeguard?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I learned. That's where I got my senior water safety instructors reading
Okay.
from Herb Alexander, and he was a big fella. Gosh, he was a big guy, and he damn near drowned me for it.
Yeah, I was wondering what Learn How to Swim Week was. Did they just throw you in the water and say, okay, swim?
Well, no, we took these little beggars out, and adults who didn't know how to swim. And it was a great thing for the county. And the Red Cross kind of helped sponsor that. And a fellow named Tookie Parker, John R. Parker, always took that under his wing to make sure it was successful. And it taught a great many kids and seniors in the county how to swim. So I put my application in for lifeguard, Jennifer.
I'll be looking for it.
Yeah, no refund. The exercise part, until COVID came in, I used to come out there every morning. That kind of scared me off, so I haven't been back, and I should get back. You have a hardcore cadre of people who come in there early in the morning,
We sure do.
and they have their own little routine.
Allison is one of those. She's in with that crowd in the morning.
5:30 every morning.
Oh, well, that's before my time. But that endures to the health of the county. There are a lot of people out there. Some of them are really dedicated, such as you are, young lady. And is that still has it kicked back in after the COVID thing?
It's starting to get there.
How's the activity out there? Pretty heavy?
Yes, I would say we've had a good year as far as activity and response to different programs, and as well as our participation in the gym and different fitness classes. We've had a lot of people in our group fit classes that have returned full swing, and
new people as
people.
well. So I think it's been very steady, very consistent, which is great. So love to see all
that's
the
our goal. We want to get people moving and grooving again after, not having had the opportunity for at least a year to really do much as far as organized fitness goes.
Well, some of those machines can be dangerous. You have to watch what you're doing. For instance, Gold's Gym up at Bloomington one evening, there were a bunch of us used to go up there a couple times a week, and I was on the treadmill, and a sweet young thing walked by and knew she was a sweet young thing. And naturally, my attention somehow got diverted.
Oh, goodness.
And my foot hit the solid part of the thing, and it knocked me down and kicked me right off the end.
Oh, no.
I'm sitting there on the floor getting bruised by the belt, continuing to run. So you have to be very careful when you go to these workout places.
You sure do. Yes.
So if there are people who maybe are interested in the fitness aspect, do you have anything upcoming there where maybe people could come out and sample the
Well, right now our
goings-on?
big offering is the water fitness classes. People enjoy that and are always looking forward to that before the pool starts. So that's in full swing, and I've heard nothing but great things about the workout that people get when they come and do the water fitness classes.
because it's very low impact. So you can make it as challenging as you want depending on your speed that you move in the water. And so it's great for fitness levels of all abilities. Yes,
Sure.
thank you. But the other thing that we do have coming up is we are offering a week of free group fitness classes. So July 1st through the 9th, all of our classes are free to the community. We just want you to come out, give us a try, see what you think, and see what kind of a community we actually have in those group fitness classes as well.
And do people need to pre-register for those? Or?
We would really appreciate if people could pre-register. You can do that on our website. All the links to sign up for the classes are on there. We can take walk-ins as long as the class isn't full, because we do try to keep it at 17 as our capacity in the classroom.
And the website address?
LincolnParkDistrict.com.
Very good.
And Mr. Kirby, we have sponsors who have registered for some time, and we'll defer to Mr. Ash and his nimble fingers on the keyboard. And right back live in the studios here. The program, of course, is Viewpoint, appearing each Wednesday morning at 8:15 to 0900 hours. Special guests, we try to special guests every week to have something of interest. This morning we have a representative of our Lincoln Park District, represented by Becky Strait, who holds the reins in her hands, and she has with her Jennifer Prather and Allison Baker. We appreciate you ladies coming with us this morning. You're affiliated with an organization that does a lot of good for a lot of people, and it doesn't cost hardly anything to join and be a member of the Park District. And a single membership will get you into about anything, including dance classes.
Yes, we have different membership levels, so depending on what your interests are, we have a strength pass, which would include the weight room, the cardio area, the fitness classes, the tracking courts, and the sauna. And that's for 1 month for any age, 14 plus for that is $40 a month. And then we do have student discounts, senior discounts, and then we have family rate and couples rates that are more affordable for people to go in as a group together. We do have our circuit membership as well for people who are more focused on the cardio area, and then they can also enjoy the group fitness classes and the track and courts. And then for those who want to play basketball or pickleball or shoot around out on the courts or play volleyball, we have our track and court pass that is available for people, and then they can add on if they want to do group fitness classes, they can to come to those separately. So we have different options available, and then we do have our pool memberships for people that want to come out and enjoy the pool, and we have family memberships for that, as well as couples rates and senior rates as well.
And the fitness memberships, you can get a 1 month or a 3 month or a year. So there's different options. If you don't want to have a full commitment to a year, you can get a 3 month and try it out. So
you know what? I used to drive by there or walk by their spin room. Now there are some people who are dedicated. Spin room, to the folks who might not be familiar out there in the etherland, stationary bicycles, and you usually have some lady who's a martinet of some sort, and she just drove them to death. But it also inured to their benefit, Loyd, because they were up there to lose weight, and boy, they had to sweat a lot of pounds off. But seriously, those people who use that spin room, they're dedicated
They sure
to
are.
improving their health.
Yes. It's a fun way, a different way to improve your health and your cardio without having to spend an hour on the treadmill. You know, you get a really great workout in a shorter amount of time, and you can add your own resistance levels to the bikes so that you can make it, tailored to your own needs. So that's the really nice thing about spin.
Loyd, I walked into the room one day and they all started laughing. Whereupon I turned 180 degrees and walked out.
Again, spinning though is a low impact workout. So for anybody who's concerned about their knees and hurting them, or have had issues, spinning is a great opportunity for you to get a great cardio workout in without having that knee joint pain. So.
And we have a lot of people who report success getting rid of their joint pain by using the sauna. There was a great demand for the sauna whenever we had to have it closed due to COVID. People definitely noticed a difference when they weren't going in the sauna and using it. And I did some research myself on all of the benefits, and I was amazed. I was truly amazed at the scientific research that's out there on all of the benefits that it truly does. I mean, including heart health, joint health, and the one that really surprised me was neurologically. There's a lot of benefit. Some studies have shown up to it was a really high percentage, don't quote me, I think it was like 70% reduction in things like Alzheimer's because of being in the sauna 3 times a week for a certain amount of time. So it has a lot of benefits beyond what you would initially think.
I guess you could say, Loyd, that judicious use, and I emphasize that, judicious use of the facilities that you have out there will inure to your own benefit and your own health.
Yeah. We're the fountain of youth out there. You knew that, right, Bill?
Exactly.
Bill's the poster boy.
Yes, you are.
Can I write that back?
Sure, absolutely.
Could I have that in writing for my wife?
Add that to your list along with broadcast lessons.
How's the membership? Pretty well filled out, ladies?
Yes,
But you can always use more, of course.
we can always use more. Yes, absolutely. But we're doing great, I think, as far as attracting and maintaining the memberships that we have. We love our loyal members, and like you said, we have a good group that comes out committed, comes out every day. But we're always trying to do new things to cater to other people's interests. I know Jen has some other things planned for the fall that we're going to be starting out for different fitness levels, different nutrition and workout programs that she might be able to mention.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing, it'll be our second time of doing it, but we have, we partner with a dietitian who has created a book. It's called the 52-Day Countdown, and so it's going to go over nutrition and fitness and everything all together. And so that is a really great promotion that we're going to be offering at the Park District this September. So be on the lookout for that registration to be opening soon on our website.
And we did do some new things last year that I think whenever we did our Gridiron Challenge in the fall last year, we'll probably do that again this year.
Yes.
Where teams can get together and kind of have a little friendly competition on their workouts, and they gain points for different aspects of fitness or attending classes together. And we're trying to promote that camaraderie that really helps keep people accountable and make it fun for people.
Yes.
How many teams of 90 and over could you put together?
That would be a special category, I feel
would
like.
be.
You
So
might be in a league of your own.
yes.
But our active agers classes are very popular, so I'm sure we could get a team or two together.
And going back for a second, for our active agers, we do have several insurance programs that we use. So we do have members that take advantage of different options that are available, like Silver Sneakers is one of them, Silver and Fit is another, and then a new one that's been more recent is called Renew Active. So those are all insurance programs that people can use to get the benefit of membership at the Park District through their insurance. And there are some options for younger people as well.
There are. So my suggestion would be to please check with your insurance company and see if they have one of these programs that would give you that gym membership to be able to come and utilize our facility just through your insurance. So when you're talking about the Silver and Fit, the Renew Active, or the Silver Sneakers, you folks would have free access to the gym with that membership, and we can check your guys' availability as well as you calling and talking to your insurance company. But then if you don't hit the age for those programs, they have other programs for the younger generations, Active and Fit and
Prime,
and then I think it's called One Pass for the other one. So please just check your insurance companies out and see, do you have this offering to be able to come and use our facility for next to nothing?
And the whole philosophy behind that from the insurance side is get people in, get them healthy, and then that saves
Absolutely.
Yes.
medical
Yes.
costs down the road.
Right.
So sort of preventive maintenance, kind of like for your
Right.
car or
That's their
whatever, except
exact
for yourself.
thought.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you walk into your insurance agent's office, he says, "Are you still here?" Intramural basketball, do you have anything category like that where you have teams of different age levels?
Well, we do have junior railers. So yeah,
Good.
Allison can
Feeder
talk more
programs.
about that.
We have junior railers usually in the winter, December time. It's for the little kids just to play. I have been playing with the idea though, because the rec has always been known for having the big groups of basketball out there playing. I know that's been a big thing and used to be a big thing, especially with Lincoln College and stuff like that. I've been kind of thinking of the idea of doing like a 3-on-3 basketball league or something like that, just to get more people out there, something a little bit different, because they're already going to be out there playing anyway. But if they can kind of make it more structured a little, kind of playing in like a little league in the fall leading up to junior railers. So kind of playing with that idea for fall time after all the summer stuff is over. So
And we do have adult leagues for various things. Right now we're doing an adult kickball league. So that's
It's on Wednesday
a fun
nights.
thing that we installed last year, and it was just such a fun time, and it's low key. It's not something that you do have to be athletic. I will say you have to be able to run the bases and get that ball out as far as you can in the outfield. But it's more of a fun. It's more of a fun sport that's not as high pressure, and we have some teams that just come out and enjoy themselves and have a good time doing that. And we have volleyball as well, co-ed volleyball that we've had a lot of interest in. So we're looking at doing possibly another league for that
in the fall.
So
there's a lot of that's a good thing for parents too that kind of want to get away for the night or just to go do something for themselves. They like to do the adult leagues, so looking to do another one because there was a lot of interest after the winter volleyball league program last winter. So
perhaps, Loyd, we ought to not of appreciation in the direction of the ladies' board. You have a board of directors out there. I believe your chairman is Don Peasley.
Yes.
The man does a lot of small things for the community and lots of big things for the community too, quietly.
He does.
Yeah, but anyway, we appreciate the board members. How big is your board?
We have 5 board members, and they are a dedicated group, and they really care about the park
They
district.
wouldn't serve on that board if they weren't a dedicated group.
You're right. You're right. And so, we have Don Peasley, we have Laura Duffer, Dave Paring,
Bob Thomas.
Gary Nodine, and Bob Thomas are our 5 board members. So, they've been at it a long time, most of them, and they understand the community. They have a lot of connections within the community, and
they're interested in their community.
What's that?
And they're interested in their community,
Yes.
and they serve their community.
Exactly. Yes, I definitely feel like, they wouldn't be there if they didn't care greatly about, making sure that the quality of life in Lincoln is something that's prioritized, and making sure that we have a good facility and good parks. That's something that we're working to improve right now, and have some things in the works for some park improvement projects. We did start, I wanted to mention that Lincoln Park District has a foundation, and this is something that we're working on building up. It was started a few years ago, but it's a 501c3, so we do tax-exempt donations through the foundation. The foundation is what sponsors our 4th of July event, our fireworks, all of that. We do raise money within the community to help offset some of those expenses that we have for the fireworks, and all of that is a tax-deductible donation through our foundation.
So somebody could ask, somebody leaves us in their memorials, they can nominate the Lincoln Park District Foundation?
Absolutely, yes.
That's a nice, easy way to do that.
Exactly, and we're looking to use the funds in the donation or in the foundation to really benefit future generations. How can we, we've got this wonderful facility, we've got these parks, but how can we make sure that they last? How can we make sure that they're getting the attention and improvements and future planning that it's going to take to continue them on and leave a legacy for the Lincoln Park District in the community? So that's definitely something that we're going to work on promoting more so, and let people know that that's there and it's available, and we're going to be planning some fundraisers in the near future for that as well. So look out for some information. Maybe we can come on a little bit later in the year and talk about some plans we have for some fundraising ideas for that.
And if people are interested in donating to that?
We have set up a PayPal account that makes it really easy to donate. We're working on getting all of that updated on our website right now. In the past, we've had it just more of like checks and cash donations, but we're trying to make it as simple as possible for people to go on if they want to support the foundation to go on and have a link to donate directly through a PayPal account. So more to come on that in the very near future on our website. So
Yeah, because we've, this is not really related to the Lincoln Park District, but I know with our basketball and our some of our programming broadcasts, we will live stream those, and we'll hear from people in Florida or from, whatever coast or even different countries about, they're passionate about Lincoln and passionate about the Lincoln Railers, and they like supporting their team. I'm sure there are people who have come through the Park District, and if they find out, you've got a foundation now and maybe they're not local here, and there are ways for them to easily donate through the website, through
Yes.
PayPal or whatever. that should hopefully take off for you.
Yes, that would be wonderful. And that's why we're trying to spread the word. Just, I think it's been one of those things that we've worked to establish it, but as far as making the awareness and letting people know that it's there, we need to work more on that side of things. So that's what we're working on doing right now. And we have a separate board for our foundation that's really working on some new ideas and some ways we can boost that.
If there was one thing, let's take Jennifer to start with. If there was one thing that you could ask the board to fund, what would it be, Jennifer? This is a question right out of the blue, and I'm sorry.
To fund as far as like at the park district or in the community?
Or your personal finances.
I don't know. There's so many different things that...
Jen would want a new aerobics room that could fit 50 people.
Excuse me. There you go. That would probably be the biggest thing.
Say that again, please.
A new aerobics room or a secondary aerobics room, something that would be bigger that I could house more members in for fitness classes. It would be really nice.
And how about you, Allison? What would you wish for?
Fix some things on our ball diamonds, such as lights, if they needed maintenance, fixed, replaced, and just anything else around there, because I think we have 3 baseball fields and 3 softball fields, and travel teams use them, and I think they're a huge asset for us. And I think a lot of places are going to turf now, and I know a lot of people want the turf. It's new, but I think people will still want to play on dirt baseball fields, and I think they're a huge asset for us. So I wanted those to be as good as they can be for the traveling teams and for our programs and just the community, because anybody can go use them if they just want to use it to practice. Anybody can walk on and use it. So I think if we can make those the greatest we can, with all the other new things going on with turf, I think that would be huge for us, our programs, travel, and the community as a whole. So,
Ms. Strait, I presume as the director, your biggest wish would be for more money to spread around to do what you'd like to do.
That would be great, yes. But I think right now I'm focused on park improvements and what we can do. I think we've done a lot to provide a fantastic facility at the park district for people, but we also want to give free recreational opportunities, and we want to improve the accessibility of parks. We want to be able to include bikes and strollers and walking paths, and I know a splash pad is always top of the list for people's desires. So I'd love to see some more diversity as far as what we offer in the parks and some improvements put into those. So that's where my thinking is right now.
Well, I'm glad that Mr. Kirby, I want him to take on here.
Well, I mean, all of those things would be great, but it's not like maybe I'm not privy to some of the behind-the-scenes things, but it's not like there's anything that I think is really lacking. I mean, like I said, we've got our grandkids here this weekend, and we've toured the parks, and we've gone to the swimming pool, and in previous visits we've gone and used the open gym. And I mean, it's just everything is always clean and well-maintained, friendly, helpful staff. So
thank you.
On that, I want to give a shout out to our front office, Megan and Angie. They work really hard too, and we've been really busy up in the front with memberships and stuff, and we just they work hard too along with us as a whole. So it's a group of women.
Yeah, well, we have about 8 full-time staff that run the park district, and it's hard to imagine how much each person does to really bring all the pieces together for the park district. And so it thrills me to hear, when people have good experiences, and personally just looking at everything that we do offer, I think that our baseline, our standard is so high that we think about things we could improve, but if we really stop to look at what we already have, it's magnificent. And I think that anybody who comes out to the Park District who may not know about us, we have the John Welsh tournament is usually held at the Park District, at least in part, with gyms all over town being used, and we always get so many compliments about the Park District, and they can't believe that it's in Lincoln and things like that.
Reasonable.
So we really do have a lot to offer already. So our wish lists, are one of those things where we're just always trying to improve on what we already have, but we really do work hard to make sure that people feel like they've got a place to call home at Lincoln Park District, and that they continually know we're trying to make things better and give them more as a community.
And you mentioned your front desk staff there and all the workers, but you'd be remiss, or it's probably not in your nature, but you three are always, it's not like you're sitting in an office telling people go do this and go do that. I remember the Cookies with Santa event, I walked around the corner, and I think it was you, Becky, were kind of refilling some of the refreshments or the snacks or getting more drinks or something. So it's not like you're, like I said, in an ivory tower office telling people to do things.
No, it's pretty hands-on for all of us, I would say.
And that's why it works.
Yes, I think, we're all very committed, and we can't leave out our grounds maintenance. Our operations superintendent, Vern Hazley, has been at the Park District for 28 years, and he does so many things behind the scenes that people don't even realize.
For instance, maintaining the pool is a daily,
it is
and I
a
emphasize daily job, and it's got to be done. I assume, am I correct in assuming that it's under the State Department of Health?
Yes, yes, we
and
do
you get
have a
frequent,
license through the state.
I'm sure you get frequent inspections.
We get inspections by the state every year, and then we always have something ongoing as far as maintenance goes with the pool that's behind the scenes that our maintenance staff takes care of and make sure that everything's properly situated the way it's supposed to be, that our chemical levels are the way they're supposed to be. And there's a lot back in the room, the pump room, that people don't see that goes on to make the pool a possibility for people. So we have a staff that really does care, and I think it shows.
It's not like you just throw a garden hose in the pool.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that simple.
If only.
Yes.
Does the pool have any particular features that you'd like to call to the attention of our listeners? That's a slide or anything like that. What are the features of our pool besides just a rectangular swimming pool?
Well, we do have 3 different pools, actually, 3 different vessels. So the toddler pool area, I really think is a gem, because it's a fenced-in area to provide the most safety that we can for little ones who don't quite know how to swim just yet, where they can, parents, it's a zero entry pool, so parents can kind of sit along the edge and let the water lap up over them without having to fully go in, and the kids can just run and play. And there are features that will splash down water on the kids or spray the kids, and there's a small slide in that area that's just tons of fun. I mean, the smaller kids don't mind spending a whole afternoon in that little pool alone. But then we do have a separate pool where it's our big slide. So that's our for what's the height limit on that? That's probably for about...
It's about 48 inches.
48 inches. I can tell you that. I had a 5-year-old and 3-year-old.
Okay, yes.
We went one day, and then 2 days later we went back and we had to remeasure to see if they grew enough to be able to...
So they're eager when they're not quite there yet. They're eager to get there to that 48 inches, because that slide is just, the kids go up and come down and do it over and over repeatedly. So that's one of those features that just never gets old, and they...
Now, is there a place in one of the pools, or the main pool, I guess, if for want of better terminology, for older people to go and exercise? For instance, I'm thinking of my mother. She was in her 70s, late 70s, down in Arizona, and they had an exercise program for them. Boy, she took onto that seriously. And
We do have a time in the mornings when it's for lap swim only. So we do allow the toddler pool area to be open and littler kids to go
Lap
and play in
swim
there.
only.
But the main pool is for lap swim only for people who want to get in and really get in a workout. It's a little harder to do that in the afternoon when we've got public swim going and
yeah,
a lot of
sure.
kids out
Now
there.
that's 7 days a week though, from 10:30 to noon. But also sometimes before that, would we have like the water aerobics, water fitness is what we call it now, classes that people of all ages do attend. We have those in the morning and then in the evening. So that would be another option for somebody like that would have probably utilized it.
In the old Lincoln Lakes days, they had the area cordoned off for two ropes or blocks, and that was from the first layer of blocks back to the shore was for the little folks, and then you had a pretty good wide area to the second block. And every noon there was a gentleman named Harold F. Trapp Sr., and he was senior. He would come out and swim laps along that second line, and the old-fashioned way with the Australian crawl.
It's a good workout.
Oh yeah. But this is a great spot for people to stay in shape.
It is. It really is. I mean, I think it's the best way that you can give yourself some time to focus on your own health and, come on out, enjoy some of the classes, and then go take a dip in the pool. I mean, it's really the best of both worlds, especially during the summer. I mean, in the winter we have a lot going on, and we provide a place that's away from the cold and the snow and all that. But summer really is my favorite when it comes down to being able to go get in a good workout, go jump in the pool and enjoy yourself and get some refreshment on a hot day. And it's just, it's
all the
what
action
makes summer memorable. My kids love to go to the pool, and they're always begging me to come back to the Park District so we can go to the pool. And I do enjoy that. And it's special times to remember, whenever they get older and, are out of the house, these will be the times that we'll remember.
Well, the clock on the wall says it's time to go down to Lawndale Tap, Loyd. No, seriously, Miss Strait and Jennifer and Allison, take the mic and sum up what you'd like to say for us.
Well, I would just like to invite everybody out for our 4th of July festivities on July 3rd. We'll have our fun food trucks and fireworks from 6 to 9 p.m. And then on July 4th, we'll start out at Scully Park at 10 a.m. with the Children's Parade, and then have some pool games and a relaxing afternoon there on the 4th of July. So come on out and join us. It's free for the community, and we hope to see everybody there.
All right. And if people need more information, they can go to the Park District website?
Yes,
Always
LincolnParkDistrict.com, and we always share a lot on Facebook too, so join us on Facebook and get updates on what we've got going on.
Becky Strait, Jennifer Prather, and Allison Baker, we appreciate your taking your time this morning, ladies, to come and share your involvement, your enthusiasm for the Lincoln Park District. Taxpayers can thank themselves for that, because they've got a lot going on there. They're getting a big bang for your buck.
Yes.
Thank you very much for Viewpoint, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.